Shall we start? Good afternoon, everyone. And this is a wonderful Saturday once again where we are together for our joint meeting. Today we have a Toastmasters Club from Tinsukia Toastmasters Club, who has joined hands for the meeting today. So I welcome you all with all the warmth and love to this meeting. Before we begin, let me just quickly say something. जीना जीना रे उड़ा गुलाल माई तेरी चूनरिया लहराई जीना जीना उड़ा गुलाल माई तेरी चूनरिया लहराई रंग तेरी प्रीत का रंग तेरी रीत का रंग तेरी जीत का है लाई लाई माई तेरी चूनरिया लहराई. So this is a Hindi Bollywood song which talks about mother, her love, the compassion, the warmth that she showers on every child. And today being Mother's Day special, this song is very close to my heart. I wanted to just hum it over here and set the mood for this meeting. Today we'll talk about mothers and thank them for being there for us. And I am your Sergeant at Arms for today. So I will officially now set some ground rules for the meeting, as it is a Toastmasters International meeting, of course, with the Mother's Day special today. So I welcome you all once again, and we at Toastmasters International provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So there are certain housekeeping rules. We are on a virtual medium, so still we should ensure that our phones are on silent, switched off, or airplane mode, because if you are on stage and your phone rings, that might hamper your own speech. So please be careful. Please refrain from doing any crosstalks or unmuting yourself when you are not talking. Avoid any aggressive talks which is about religion, politics, sex, or any other taboo topics, because it might hurt the sentiments of the people or it may not be taken very well. So let's avoid it. Please go ahead and enter or exit the stage with a virtual handshake where you acknowledge somebody as you move on or move off the stage. There should be an applause to go ahead and motivate the speakers, because on this virtual medium, that is the only way we can either show the emoticons or clap virtually, show our love and care for the speakers who are daring to rock the stage. Please avoid any crosstalks, or in case you have any challenges, please connect with the host of the meeting, that is Toastmaster Rohan Bansal, or you can also message me and I'll be glad to assist you in any challenges. With that, let me hand over to our dynamic and dashing president, Toastmaster Rohan, to take over the meeting now. Over to you, Rohan.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Amelia. What a wonderful and fantastic start to this joint meeting today. On 5th of May, I went to wish my mother with a nice bouquet and a card wishing her a happy Mother's Day. She responded by saying, "Go wash your hands. What are you wearing? Wear some nice clothes. Wear a smile on your face. You look so serious all the time." And this is what mothers do all our lives. They look after us. They know what's best for us, even when we don't know it. We don't know it ourselves. So on that note, I'd like to welcome all of you to this very special meeting, our joint meeting with the Tinsukia Toastmasters Club. Welcome all the speakers from there as well. Thank you so much for doing this. It was an absolute pleasure collaborating with you throughout the week. So thank you to everyone who joined in. Before proceeding, I'd like to get a sense of who the guests have joined us for today's meeting. and have the introductions. Rishant, can we have your introduction, please? Where are you coming from and what brings you to Toastmasters?
I am from Dhanbad. One friend suggested me to join Toastmaster so that you can be a leader or you can improve your communication skills. So I am into it. Right now I am doing CA. I am a CA finalist, and I am also doing CFA. Presently I live in Kolkata, but due to some due to lockdown and this pandemic, I am currently residing at my hometown, Dhanbad.
Awesome. Welcome, Rishant. Welcome to the club. And how did you find out about our club?
One friend of mine sent the mail, sent the link.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us, Rishant. Thank you.
Welcome.
Vaishnavi, can we have your introduction, please? You are a Toastmaster, so talk about where you're coming from and your Toastmaster experience a bit. Vaishnavi, you're on mute. Okay, Vaishnavi is unable to unmute herself, I think. Okay, let's move on to... Okay, I don't think there are any more guests. I think all the other members are Toastmasters. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over the stage to our very dynamic, I'm super excited to introduce our Toastmaster of the day, the very energetic Toastmaster Aisha. Toastmaster Aisha, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohan. Ma, where is my chemistry book? Ma, where is my blue socks? Ma, I am hungry, give me a food. Aisha, where is my wallet? I am getting late. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. If a woman speaks and no one listening, her name is probably a mom. Welcome to the world of this mom's life, where every relation is perfectly all right. Every situation is perfect. Ma, you don't know about the computer. Stupid, I am in a Toastmaster meeting. Oh, sorry, mom. Love you, mom. Actually, I have 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. No. Son is not my son. He is my mother-in-law's son and always behaved like a spoiled child. A mother love is unconditional. Her anger is another story. And I'm proud of many things in my life, but nothing beats being a mother. Now, my question is to all of you. Why our language is called the mother tongue? Give me the answer. Why our language is called the mother tongue? Anyone? Anyone? Why our language is called the mother tongue?
Because we learn that language from our mother.
Yes. Or anyone?
The first word that a child hears, that is from her mother.
Yes.
So that's why it is called as mother tongue.
Yes, exactly. All right. And in my opinion, because father never gets chance to speak, that's why it's called the mother tongue. And one day my husband, very angry, and sent a message to my mother, your product not cooking food properly. And my smart mother replied, product sold, warranty expired, and manufacturer is not responsible for anything. Oh my God, my super mom. Now, again, a question to all of you. What is the favorite book of any mom? What is the name of the book the mothers like the most?
How to find the perfect recipe for lunch, because my mother is always troubled with what is it that she should be cooking for us.
Yes, exactly. Anyone? Any married person?
How to find a suitable husband. If the question was for a married woman, I believe that's what it was intended for.
In my opinion, the favorite book of any mom is her husband checkbook. Isn't it? Agreed? I think all married women are agreed for this. The word mom was born from the much older word mamma, which itself can be traced back in 1500s in English. And the Mother's Day is a celebration honoring the mother of the family as well as motherhood, maternal bond, and the influence of the mother in society. The official Mother's Day started in 1900 centuries as a result of an effort of Anna Jarvis, daughter of Anne Jarvis, following her mother death in 1905. In US, Mother Day celebrated on 2nd Sunday of May every year. The US president made it national holiday in 1914, and then lots of other countries celebrate this Mother's Day at a different time and a different year. One day, Thomas Edison came home and gave a paper to his mother and told her that her teacher gave this paper and told him to only give this paper to your mother. The mother opened the paper and read loudly, "Your son is genius. This school is too small for him and doesn't have enough good teachers for training. Please teach him yourself." After many years, her mother died, and he became greatest inventor of the country. One day, he found a folded letter in cupboard, which was given him by his teacher. He just opened the letter and read, "Your son is mentally ill. We cannot let him attend our school anymore. He is expelled." Then he wrote in his diary, "Thomas Alva Edison was a mentally ill child whose mother turned him into the genius of the country." And this is the power of a mother. This is a magical power of a mother. And today, our meeting, we have 3 daughters. One is very sincere, very obedient, always following her objectives. Means prepare a speech session where our daughters will come and speak according to their objective. Our second daughter is little bit naughty, always emphasis everyone for impromptu speaking, especially our guest. Means our table topic session, where our second daughter will come and encourage everyone for impromptu speaking. She will give you a topic and you have to speak 1 minute, minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Our third daughter is quite mature, intelligent, and keen observer, and always have keen eye to rectify your errors and appreciate you also. Our general evaluator, who evaluates the whole meeting. Now, I would like to call our keen observer daughter to come and explain your role and introduce your tag team, Toastmaster Karuna, as a general evaluator. Please welcome Toastmaster Karuna.
Good afternoon. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. As a general evaluator, I would be evaluating the whole meeting. And to help me with this, I have an efficient team, that is my T-Tag team. I'm really proud to be a part of this meeting on this Mother's Day. So without further ado, I would want to call upon my T-Tag team to explain their roles. So the first is our timer. So I would request the timer to please come and explain her role for the rest of us. Over to you, timer.
Hello, Toastmasters and fellow guests. So, I am the timer of the day. My name is Bhavna, and I am responsible for keeping a track of the time taken by various speakers and guests. So, the time allotted for the icebreaker project is 4 to 6 minutes. I will show a green card at 4 minutes, a yellow at 5 minutes, and a red card at 6 minutes. There is a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. The time allotted for all the speakers is 5 to 7 minutes. I will show a green card at 5 minutes, a yellow at 6, and a red card at 7 minutes. And there's again a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. For the table topic speaker, each speaker is encouraged to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and I will show a green card at 1 minute, a yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and a red card at 2 minutes. And again, there's a grace period of 30 seconds on either sides. For evaluators, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. A green card will be shown at 2 minutes, a yellow at 2.5 minutes, and a red card at 3 minutes. And any speaker who finishes before or after the grace period will not be considered for the awards. And I will submit my report at the end of the meeting. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for the well explanation of the role. Next in my team is the R counter. So I would request the R counter to please come and explain the role for us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amelia Sayed, and I just used and so that is what it is. See, this is how the speech gets bad when you start using crutch words and fillers. So any filler words, crutch words that are being used along with repetitions, long pause and short pause, I will make a record of it as an R counter of this meeting today and will present my report when I am called by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. Next, we have the grammarian, who would I hand over the virtual stage to the grammarian for the explanation of her role.
Hello, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm very pleased to be the grammarian of this meeting. Let me explain my role. My role as a grammarian is to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, be it outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts, and provide suggestions for improvements. My another sole responsibility is to introduce the word of the day. So today's word of the day is solicitous, which means real or authentic, or that shows genuine interest or care. It can be used as she was always solicitous about the welfare of her students. I'll share this word of the day over the chat so that it can be used in your respective speeches, and I'll keep a note of it as well. Thanks, and over to you.
Thank you, grammarian. Next in my team is the table topics evaluator. So I call upon the table topics evaluator to please explain her role to us.
Hey, I'm sorry, I was not able to unmute myself. So as the table topic evaluator of the day, I would be evaluating the speakers on the CRC approach and would be explaining what are the good points in their speech and what is it that according to me can be improved. So when called upon by the junior evaluator, I would be presenting my evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more person in our team, that is the active listener, to keep a note, to keep all of you on your toes and to ensure that all are listening. Without further ado, I call upon our active listener to explain her role.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Can anybody tell me the perception of listening? What is your perception of listening? Quickly. If someone can just unmute and tell me what is your perception of listening.
my perception of listening is that not only listening to the words that the person is saying, but also understanding the meaning of it and processing it and respond if you really need to, only after understanding what the other person is saying.
Excellent, Simranjeet Kaur. You are bang on. Listening just doesn't mean being a sponge, right? Just soaking in all the information. Listening also means to be a trampoline, to amplify the energy, the ideas that you get, and in the same way, convert it into interactions, giving in your feedback. And it's an interaction of speaking and listening and giving in your feedback and giving your perception about the same. Wonderful. So listening is not just being a sponge, it's being a trampoline. But today I'm going to be the sponge soaking in all the information, whereas I expect all of y'all to be the trampoline to give in or to throw back the answers to me, right? I'm going to be keeping my eyes and ears open and hoping all of you to be solicitous today. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. So that was my theme. We all are solicitous for the welfare of all our fellow Toastmasters. I would be evaluating the whole meeting generally and would be giving my recommendations and would be appreciating the good efforts in making this whole meeting successful. I would present my report with the help of my team at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Karuna. And one day after fighting my husband, I phoned my mother. I called my mother. Mama, he fought me again and I am coming to your house. And my smart mom replied, no, 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 no. He must pay for his mistake. I am coming to your house to stay with you. Oh, mama, you are great. Let's start our first session. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Binita. But before her speech, I would like to request her evaluator, Toastmaster Simran Kumari, to please read her speech objective. Toastmaster Simran Kumari.
Thank you, TM Mod Aisha. And today I'm the evaluator of Toastmaster Binita. As I can see that her level is level 1 and project 2. But before telling her that I am the evaluator role and everything, let me evaluate what is the evaluator role meant. Once I was listening the interview of Sachin Tendulkar, where he was asked a question by the interviewer that everyone plays, everyone practices, but why are you only called Master Blaster? Why you always make century? Why you always made India win? Then he was so calm and by laughing, by smiling, he answered that everyone plays, everyone practices as I do. But the only difference between me and them is only my mentor, my coach. The only difference is this. So whatever the coach give me any decision, any advice to me, I follow the same thing. And that makes me called Master Blaster. And that's why I always make century. So today I am evaluator of Toastmaster Binita, and I can see she is going to deliver her level 1 project 2, and her title of speech is Raise Yourself to Raise Your Child, and her project name is Evaluation and Feedback. I am saying best of luck to Toastmaster Binita and hit the stage, and I will be giving my report when I will be called by the general evaluator. Now it's over to you, dear Mod Aisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simran. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Binita from Dulijan, Oil Town, Assam, an MBA teacher in commerce in CMA Dulijan chapter by profession. She loved cooking, traveling, and reading books. A balanced person in life, a happy wife, a mother of 2 beautiful children. Toastmaster Binita, raise yourself to raise your child. Raise yourself to raise your child. Toastmaster Binita.
Do you have kids? Are you a parent? Many of you are enjoying parenthood, right? Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters of Delhi and Tinsukia Club, and guest. I am Benita, will be speaking on the topic parenting. So what is parenting? Parenting is the activity of bringing up a child as a parent. Every child is special. Children, they play a very important role in our life. They are the symbol of love, happiness, and joy. And we, as parents, all day and night, we are working in office, in workplaces for the better career so that they can do well in their life. But sometimes we miss out many things. When they take birth at the age of 2.5 years, they start their school life. After that, no looking back till they get settled in their life. And sometimes we as parents, we do not understand them. We pressurize them, we force them what we want and don't understand what is their interest. I am a mother of 2 children. Sometimes what happens when I'm back from my workplace, tired, and they ask me something and I get frustrated and I scold them. And at night I realize that, oh, my behavior was not good with my child, with my children. I should not have done that with them. I realize that, but realizing that also, I repeat that not only once, many times I repeat that. But again, I realize and again I repeat. Well, raising a child is the toughest thing to do in life. Well, there are some parenting styles. One is authoritarian parenting, authoritative parenting, rejecting, neglecting parenting, or permissive parenting. So if I talk about myself, I have a daughter and a son. And many times when I see, I judge, I apply all these type of styles in given situations or circumstances. Sometimes I'm very demanding. Sometimes I give them total freedom. Sometimes I neglect them. But I do realize, then again, sometimes I forget that I should not have done that to my son or daughter. Sometimes I pressurize them to do something or to eat something or to sing a song or maybe to do homework. Well, there are some parenting tips that I'm sharing with you all. Trust your mom gut. If you're a mom, try to understand your child because no one knows your child better than you, better than mom. So try to understand the feeling of your kid. Always try to appreciate your kid. Talk about your kid to others. Appreciate in front of others if they are really doing good. Set a good role model for them because your action, your body language, your expressions, they are every day they are looking at you, they are trying to absorb them, and they are trying to learn them. So be a good role model for them instead of telling them what to do and what not to do. Make warm and sweet memories. So try to spend quality time with them, go out with them on Sundays, do some extraordinary things in an ordinary way. Read books together with them every day. If not every day, at least try sometime. You can always try to boost their self-esteem. Try to set limits. teach them, be disciplined in their life. So that will give them sense of belongingness, sense of togetherness. Well, well, this is the picture of my children with me. Sometimes I try to read books for them at night. I try to read stories for them, and that way I try to use my time with them, want to give my special time with them. And I would like to conclude by saying, be solicitous towards a child, try to understand them. And we should first try to raise ourselves, to know ourselves, to raise our child. By saying it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. So I would like to conclude here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinita. Thank us. And please 30-second feedback to the speaker. Please give your valuable feedback to the speaker. Please provide your feedback to Toastmaster Vinita.
Do the evaluator need to provide this?
No.
Okay.
Audience.
Yeah, you can, Simran, you can do that in the link if you want to separately. Yeah.
Okay. Now, our second speaker is Toastmaster Vashnarivi Gupta. And before her speech, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Shraddha, to please read her speech objective. Toastmaster Shraddha.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. I'm here to evaluate Toastmaster Vaishnavi Gupta, whose purpose of the speech is to deliver a speech and receive feedback for the same. This is her second speech of the same project, and I wish her all the very best and looking forward to listening to her. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shraddha. Toastmaster Vaishnavi completed her bachelor's in sociology from Mumbai University and run a Section B company in the name of Holistic Shaman Foundation. She lived by top 3 values, which are consciousness, authenticity, and having an impact on society. With Toastmaster, she hoped to polish her skills at persuasive influence, which is also her pathway. I asked her, the one habit of you that annoying your mother, and she replied, waking up late. Toastmaster Vaishnavi Gupta, the woman who had her hair washed in blood, the woman who had her hair washed in blood, Toastmaster Vaishnavi Gupta.
How many of us grew up watching Raman Saga's Ramayana or B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata on DD National? Most of us, right? The tales of Shiva's Tandav, Ram's exile, or Krishna's war at Kurukshetra fascinates us all. And I'm no different. However, if there is a character whose inner life and perseverance stupefied me to my very core, it is Draupadi. I fail to believe that there exists any character who has endured suffering and showcased subsequent strength like this dark maiden. If we look at her birth, we see that it's really unusual. Nobody other than her brother is born from fire. She's unwanted and abandoned by her father. And this is where the first of the many lessons come in, that Draupadi as a character has taught me as a person that life is hardly fair. And the blessed Draupadi experiences this time and again. Her brother is called Drishtadyumna, the courageous one. She isn't even allowed a separate identity, Draupadi meaning the daughter of Drupad. She marries a man thinking he's a Brahmin. He turns out to be Arjun. She thinks she'll finally have the love of a man. Kunti distributes her equally amidst her sons, lest it evokes rivalry. And it is said that in one of the versions of the story, she's secretly in love with Karna, but cannot marry him because of his caste. The dark maiden, whose attraction could not be resisted, suffered the title of a whore, a witch, and the woman responsible for the destruction of Kuru clan. And this is the second lesson that she teaches, one that we all will struggle with when it comes to accepting it, but one that we will have to recognize. That life will rattle you to your very core. That tragedy is a part of existence, and that this world is especially cruel to a woman. She's a queen, revered for her indomitable beauty and power, desired even by the gods, only to be gambled away to become a slave and a mistress of a devil. Dushasan grabs her by her hair and mercilessly drags this woman to the court. In barely a cotton struggling to cover her breasts, she begs and screams, while the men of the court hang their heads in cowardice. Draupadi puts out rational arguments over the betting game, reminds her husbands of the promises that they had made, and lashes at the impotence of the great warriors. Your dharma gives you the right to gamble a woman like she's a coin you possess? How dare you? But they're men without a spine, bound by rules and traditions, instead of truth or compassion. She weeps and cries piteously, but they continue to remain with their faces downwards. As Dushasan pulls out her cloth, she throws up her arms, begging Keshav to save her. O Krishna, O Madhusudan, O Savior of the universe. These are men whose souls hang dead, and this wretch, he wishes to disrobe me. I am your Sakhi, I am your Bhakt. Protect me, my Lord, protect me. And as the attire of Draupadi is dragged, after one is taken off, another of the same kind appears, thereby covering her. Owing to the Dharma's protection, owing to the protection of Krishna, hundreds upon hundreds of robes of many hues comes of Draupadi's person, thereby saving her. Drowned in hot-blooded pain, her rage knows no bounds, and she vouches to wash her hair with the blood of the man who dared touch her. And after a long exile of 14 years, the war of Mahabharata commences, and Aryavat cleanses itself of the evil that was prevalent. If we take a bigger picture understanding of Draupadi's life, we see the third lesson that she teaches us, that we as individuals need to participate in life, regardless of the disappointments life brings. If we look at her life, we see that she is a daughter, but never experiences affection. She becomes a wife, but is constantly torn between the jealousies of her husbands. She bears children, but never experiences motherhood. She's a queen, but is reduced to becoming a slave. She would continue to suffer being a maid in Virat, the death of her kin, her children, and a subsequent lonely death for herself on a pilgrimage. But at the end of the day, when she is sipping tea with her best friend, she says, Krishna, I've lived a life without any regrets. You know what is that one word which scholars use to describe Draupadi? Dangerous. She was a woman known for her power over the Pandavas, her grace with which she made heads turn, her wit with which she counseled Yudhishthira, and her alluring lotus-shaped eyes, which held the depth of an entire ocean. She would continue to be remembered as the only queen of Pandavas, despite all the other wives that they had. The woman prophesied to change history, and as the incarnation of Adi Shakti herself, revered and celebrated for centuries to come. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vashnarivi, for a wonderful speech. Thank you so much. And please give your valuable feedback to Toastmaster Vashnarivi. 30 seconds for that. Now, our third speaker is our own Toastmaster Bhavna Sharma. I would request her evaluator, Toastmaster Vandita Shukla, to read her speech objective. Toastmaster Vandita.
First of all, a great congratulations to speaker number 2. She was really good and amazing. I have seen Bhavna Sharma in her area contest and in her division contest as well. I have seen her giving tremendous and flawsome table topics, but it is the first time that I'm going to evaluate her speech. Talking about her pathways, it is persuasive influence. It is level 2, project 1, understanding leadership styles. When we talk about understanding leadership styles, this project talks about different kinds of leadership styles that you have witnessed in the world, or the kind of leadership style that you possess or you think that you have. In this project, I'll be looking at Bhavna's content, which should be either revolving around different leadership styles or her specific leadership style that she possesses. Also, I'll look at her body tone, her speaking style, and her stage moment. All the best to Bhavna, and I'm looking for an exuberant speech from you. Timer, please note that the time for this project is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vandita. And I asked Toastmaster Bhavna, frequent or common topics of argument with your mother? And she replied, first would be argument related to my sleep cycle, where mom would always be tired of my seeing my erratic sleep patterns. And second, just listen, her smartphone addiction. Mom would keep scrolling through her phone in the evening, which I tell her about the harmful effect of phone addiction. Just opposite. Toastmaster Bhavna, a leader was born in me. A leader was born in me. Toastmaster Bhavna Sharma.
Thank you so much, Aisha ma'am. A leadership is more than just a concept for me. And I say this because I've learned leadership through a very special life experience. Before that, I believed that I'm a very shy and timid person. But this limited me and changed my life forever. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and wonderful guests. I was a member of the music club in college, and being one of the most passionate members, elected the president in my 3rd year. I was absolutely confused and very nervous I did not know if I would be able to do justice to this role because before this, I never had a leadership experience. Neither did I have good communication skills. But a small voice in my head whispered to me, "You can do this." And I took up this role as a challenge and I moved forward. Let me tell you, it was not an easy task for me at all. Our club wasn't doing very well in the previous year, and I was basically handed over a team of 20 girls with zero experience and low confidence. I could not let them down for to do something incredible. I did not know what or how I would do it, but I was very solicitous for my club members, and I believed that one day we would definitely win. I started talking to my seniors about what approaches I could use, and slowly I understood what worked and what did not. I had to be a good friend to each one of them, but at the same time, there were situations where I had to be a little curt so that I can maintain the discipline and the decorum in the club. But it was all worth it in the end. Being a representative of the club, I had a lot of situations where I was actually forced to speak up for my club, and unknowingly, this developed some amount of communication skills in me. And by the end of the season, we had won more than 10 awards and were nominated as one of the top 3 societies in the entire university. A leader was born in me that day. This experience has made a very positive impact on my team members as well as on me, and we learned how to tackle with challenging situations with a positive mindset. I believe my leadership style is a combination of 3 styles. Number 1, effective communicator. I say this because I've always enjoyed sharing goals and actions in a very clear manner, and I loved motivating my teammates once in a while to keep their energies high. 2 would be leading by example. So what I would do was, whenever we had a practice session, I would reach the venue at least a couple of minutes earlier so that everybody is punctual and the discipline is maintained. And number 3 was demonstrating integrity. I made sure that my team members are comfortable sharing any issues or challenges that they faced. And we would often have some gatherings or events wherein we could create a sense of trust and belongingness amongst each other. Now, as much as I'm grateful for these experiences that I had in college, there are 2 other styles that I would really like to work upon, and those are open-mindedness and optimism. And I would like to do that by taking up a mentorship role in Toastmasters so that I learn how to be a more patient listener and how to be more perceptive towards my mentees' views and suggestions. Being a perfectionist, I often get stressed out whenever things do not pan out the way I had planned. So I would like to learn as to how we can be more optimistic even during challenging times, and how we can identify the opportunities amongst difficulties. These leadership qualities have helped me not only to be a more confident communicator or a leader, but it has also taught me how we can actually work with others and bring out the best in each other through constructive criticism and positive feedback. Friends, studies show that introverts actually do make great leaders. So do not underestimate yourself. Push yourself because nobody else is going to do it for you. And when we come out of our comfort zones, fascinating things happen to us. And this, I say, from real life experiences. So go out there and start doing everything that you had always dreamt of. Who knows? You too might discover something incredible about yourself, just like how an introvert discovered her love for public speaking and leadership. I would love to end my speech on a very positive note and would like to remind you that our life is a book written by us. and we must ensure that we autograph it with excellence. Thank you so much. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Bhavna. Thank you so much for this positive notes. And please give your valuable feedback to Toastmaster Bhavna Sharma. Our last speaker is Toastmaster Sanjeev Kochar. I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia, to please read his speech objective. Toastmaster Amelia.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So Toastmaster Sanjeev is going to give his speech from level 3, project 3. And this speech is going to be about mother. And it's wonderful to have a male speaker on Mother's Day special talking about mother. It's a speech to inspire the audience, and the purpose of the project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires other. It is also for the member to inspire the audience. So let's look forward for this inspirational speech from Toastmaster Sanjeev. Thank you, ma'am. Aisha, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. Toastmaster Sanjeev Kochar, who is a commerce graduate, businessman by profession, and a traveler who loves to do offbeat places with a backpack. He's also a shire who loves to pen down some beautiful lines whenever he has time. And his Shairana name is Dilsar. Very good. I asked him some tips for your mother, and he replied, my mom, she is a housewife, an iron lady who has always believed in educating her kids for the best school. Toastmaster Sanjeev, you only live once. You only live once, Toastmaster Sanjeev.
Thank you so much for that introduction. So my question to the audience is, do you believe in miracles? How many of you do believe in miracles? Inspiration is everywhere. What you need is an eye to see it and a heart to feel it. It has the power to move mountains and to make the impossible possible. Good afternoon, Toastmasters. If there has been a person who has inspired me always, it is my mother. If there is a person who has cared and nurtured me right from my childhood, it is my mother. And if there is a person who has loved me unconditionally, it is my mother. And God thought at one time, let me employ a person for the mankind. And he created mother. But little did he know that by employing mom, he will be unemployed. So that's what a mother is in your life. Now the story which I am going to narrate is of an extraordinary nature, but of a very ordinary person. And there's a twist here. The twist is that it is a biopic. It is a biopic narrated by me, acted by me, directed by me, edited by me, and produced by me. And this is a story of my nephew. And in this entire biopic, I am the nephew, and my name is Rijul Kochar. So this is a story of my nephew, Rijul Kochar. I was born in Assam. And what celebrations were happening in the entire family. Everybody was thrilled that a boy is born into a family. And slowly and steadily, I grew up. And as far as I remember, I went into a small kids school. As the education progressed, I was admitted in DPS Digboy, where I was doing my primary education. As and when I reached class 7, I got an opportunity to write an entrance exam for the Doon School, Dehradun. As it is, my grades were excellent, and I was an avid reader. Studious by nature, I gave my entrances and I passed. And I joined the Doon School, Dehradun, somewhere around 2008. And as I was progressing, I gave my 10th and I did excellent. My grades were somewhere around 96.5%. But I will never forget that fateful day. It was 1st March 2011. I was enjoying my swimming classes with my classmates. And I don't know what happened. They all told me, why don't you have a dive? From the top board, I dived inside the swimming pool and my neck twisted. Oh, ma. And there was a blackout. And when I woke up, I was in a hospital. My entire body was clamped. There was all funny kind of equipments in and around. I could hear beeps. I could not shake my neck. I could see my parents standing on the left and right, and it was tears rolling down their eyes. They were so worried, especially my mom. She was sobbing continuously. I could just see them, but I could not speak because my whole body, and I was on ventilator. Later on, when I came to know, they had consulted a doctor and the doctor had said he has a severe spinal injury and he will never be able to walk again. He will be just like a vegetable throughout his life. That was, this news was given to me after almost a month. And that time, I could see my mother hugging me and telling me, nothing will happen to you, beta. I am there for you. But I had something else in my mind. I said, whatever happens, I will not give up. Believe me, the ordeal lasted for months after months. It lasted for entire 1 year. And I was not able to come on my feet, not even sit on the bed. This was my ordeal. As the doc said, he will never be able to get out of the bed, because my entire lower half was paralyzed because of the spinal injury. There were 3 surgeries performed on me, but I was still barely able to get up. But after a year or so, I said, I'll not give up. I started exercise. First, I started with the pillows so that I could rest my back, and slowly and steadily, I started to sit on the bed. And the doctor said, it's a miracle that he's able to sit. And after 2 months of intense physical exercises, I was able to sit on the wheelchair. And now my freedom was there because I could move out of the hospital on my wheelchair and see the nature, what the nature has to offer. Then I gave my 11th and 12th and I passed out with flying colors again. And if I have to tell you in today's date what Rijul is doing his MPhil, the doctorate from Harvard University, on a full 100%. He's out of it He's barely able to walk, but see his determination. It was his mother's love for him that he came out of this trauma. And now he is a person who will be known as Dr. Rijul Kochar. So what I mean to say is, as I sit inside the bus and I move from my college to my hostel, I see a horizon. And crimson color. And I wonder, can you hear how the air is on my face? Leaves me stunned from where I started my journey and from where I started and where I am. I'm so contented with life that God has given me a second chance. Or is it God? It is the mother who has given me this second chance. So what I mean to say is, you only live once. Make it large. Over to you, TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjeev, and believe me, you are an inspiration to us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please give your valuable feedback to Toastmaster Sanjeev, and please give your vote for best speaker also. Sometimes I don't need a big vacation. I would be happy with a trip to the bathroom by myself. And one day I took little bit more time in bathroom and all three were very tense. You took so much time in bathroom. What are you doing there? Then I replied, see, there is no mobile in my hand. That means I was doing some genuine work inside. Now, let me call our genuine girl with a sweet smile, Toastmaster Simranjit, as a table topic master. Toastmaster Simranjit, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia, for such an amazing introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I am Simranjit and I am the table topic master for the day. Table topics help us to work on our impromptu speaking skills, which comes really handy in situations like interviews or group discussions or interacting with someone, or in a situation where you need to convince your mother if you want to do something or if you don't want to do something. Though it's hard, but you can always try. So let's come to the rules. I'll be sharing my screen and you'll be seeing the picture on it. The speaker need to speak on whatever he sees on the screen for about 2 minutes. 30 minutes would be given on the higher side. So maximum 2.5 minutes and minimum 1 minute. So to start with, I would like to invite a Toastmaster so that the guest could get a glimpse of how it all works and they can also volunteer in it. So any Toastmaster who can volunteer? Or should I call by myself?
Simran is raising her hand.
Okay, Simran, okay. So let me have a topic for you. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you're able to see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so this is your topic.
Okay.
Over to you, Simran.
Okay, so her question is, I don't need Google. My mom knows everything. Wow, such a relevant question to this Mother's Day. Once upon a time, I was asking something about some questions. I know my mother is not that much educated because she got married at a very young age, but it was something relevant to the science. and I didn't know the answer, and I was writing some questions, and I got stuck there. And I don't have remembered the exact question what it was, and I was in 10th standard. I have still remembered. So I asked what question to my brother, and my brother was he was not talking to me. So my mother answered me, and I was totally glad. I was totally dumbstruck that what happened, how she came to know, she's only not that much educated, how she answered me. And from ever since, whatever I have questioned, I don't go anywhere. I know not everything, but at least she will give me little bit brief about that answer. So I really do not need Google. Yes, but for the description I need Google, but not for the everything. Yes, my mom is everything for me. Whatever I need, I don't need even YouTube as well. Whatever I have problem related to my periods, related to anything, related to any household chores, I go to my mother. Anything relationship, I go to my mother. She's very friendly to me, and I ask everything. Mama, this is my problem, and she answers everything. So yes, my best friend is not my Google. My best friend is my mother. So it's over to you now.
Really nice, Simran. Mothers are the go-to person for us, and we can share everything, and we can get any sort of solution from them. So very rightly said. So quickly, can I have my next volunteer, preferably from the guest? As we are having a joint meeting, I'm not able to figure out who is the guest and who are the members of the team. So can anyone from the guest?
Yes. We have Rishant Raj as guest, and I believe we have Deepak as guest. If they want to volunteer.
Deepak or Rishant? Or any mother here? I would really appreciate that. Mothers here. Nupur? Would you like to participate?
Someone else can evaluate me?
Of course. We have Amelia ma'am, na? Okay, so I'm sharing my screen for you.
Sure, please.
Okay, so can you see it?
I sure can. I'll just read it out. Before I married, I had 3 theories about raising children and no children. Now I have 3 children and no theories. Okay.
Over to you.
It might seem very unconventional, but I never wanted to get married but have children. I did not know how, but I just knew that I want to be a mom. I never wanted the burden of a husband or the family that comes along with it. But kids were something that I always wanted. So luckily, as Aisha ma'am had said, for me, I just have 2 kids. The third one, that was my mom-in-law's kid, is not there. I don't have to handle grown-up kids now. But yes, the theories that I had when I was a kid or when I wanted kids have been shattered completely. There are no theories anymore. Every day you get up, you feel determined that this is how I will handle the day's situation or the day's events, and you learn something new. And believe me, moms become half Googles only because they learn every day from their kids. They need to keep on developing themselves to be in line with what their kids expect and what their kids need to learn from them. I've read so many books. I've tried to understand what it actually, how it actually is applicable in the situation. in my situation or in everyone else's situation, but there is never one way of handling kids. One size would never fit all. So yes, I completely agree. Theories are shattered. It's individual, all on their own, everybody to their best. Bhagwan Bharose is how parenting goes now. That's all from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nupur. Yes, parents become parents with us, so they also learn on their way. I totally agree, Nupur. So our next volunteer, anyone? Kamal or Sagar or okay, Vandita. Okay, Vandita wants to. Great. Let me have a topic for you. So let me know if you can see my screen. Here it is. Can you see it, Vandita? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so over to you, Vandita.
I remember I was 5 years old and it was my cousin's Mundan. Mundan is a ceremony in which the hairs are shaved off. Dholaks were being played. There were aunts from the neighborhood and it was my old nanny's house. Round about the year of 2004 or 2005. Everyone was singing, chanting. There were immortals being made in the terrace. And do you know what I was actually asking for? I was yelling, I was shouting, screaming that I need khichdi. Everyone was so surprised that there were puris were being made, so many delicious things were being made. But I was yelling that I need khichdi. My nanny was making me quiet so that all the neighborhood doesn't listen that yes, there is a girl who doesn't even get simple dal chawal at her house. My habits didn't change. What I wanted to eat. Every day, my father used to come with a laddu and a glass of milk. And even my rickshaw puller used to say, Runjo, niche aa jao, time ho gaya hai. Such were my eating habits. It was very difficult for my mother to actually cook something that is very nutritious and to get me eat it. But then she used to try different cuisines, different things, but nothing worked. And I was similarly the same. In the afternoon, I need the khichdi. In the morning, I need a banana. And in the night, I only need pulses with a lot of curd. She still tries to make things delicious. She even tries to get multi-grain flour instead of besan whenever she's making the pakoras. She tries to make the burgers at home or to make the fries more healthy, but nothing works. She has an adamant daughter which still yells in the afternoon, I need khichdi, I need whatever I want. Nice try, mom, but I want what I want.
Great one, Vandita. Mothers are always solicitous about the health of the children, and also they they also find out workarounds to make them happy. So that's completely agreed on. So with that, I would like to wrap up the session because we are running behind time. Though we take more people in our usual meetings, but yeah, so we had few. That's why. So thanks a lot for your participation, guys. I really enjoyed your speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simran, for a wonderful session. Now there is a surprise. We have a guest, Parul Bajaj, who will be conducting workshop of making paper flowers. Please welcome Parul Bajaj, educator in GT Goenka School. Parul Bajaj.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me. And it was really wonderful to share all the experiences and to see everyone how they have, dedicated their words to the world's God's special creature, that is mom. And so today we all have gathered here to honor the motherhood, their sacrifices, their love, and their influence on our lives. तो क्या आप सब रेडी हैं 90s की सैर करने के लिए? आपको याद है हम छोटे थे तो अपनी मम्मा के लिए कैसे ग्रीटिंग कार्ड्स बनाते थे? Do you remember? Yes. So would you like to explore the same creativity now as well? Yes, because we can't deny the importance of a handmade card. It's always heartwarming to know that someone has taken the time to make something special for us. And it's a chance to show a loved one how much they mean to you. So now, without any further ado, let's get started and explore our creative talents. So I will show you how we can make the flowers. I'll just present my screen. So these are the kind of paper flowers we are going to learn to make today. And these are the steps. I'll recap the steps at the end also. And we can use the paper flowers like this in various birthday and anniversary cards. We can use them for flower arrangement, for decoration in any home or office party. And we can even make paper jewelry also. So if you want to give paper flower jewelry to your mom, this is how you can make it also. And now I'm going to share the steps. So for this activity, we need a 4-size sheet of paper, any color we can take. And then I'll just focus my camera on my workplace. So you can take any plate and make a circle. You can trace a circle like this. And then we'll take a central part. We'll make a dot here. And from here, we can draw a spiral. And then we'll just cut out the spiral. So this is how your spiral will look at the end after cutting it. And then we'll just start folding it from one side. You can take any pencil also to roll. Or if you have a pin like this, it's called a queuing pin. You can get it anywhere from the market. Otherwise, you can use a pencil also. We'll just spiral it. We keep folding it. So we'll keep the one end, this end, we'll keep it tight. See, it has started taking the shape of a flower. And in the end, we'll just paste it. We'll fix it with the glue. And you can take any pastel sheet of any dark color, and over that you can even take some light color sheet and you can fix. I've already prepared some flowers to show you. So this is how we are going to paste the flowers. And you can even use any of the color, pink color, blue color, any color, whichever you feel like. And then I'm going to make a maple leaf. I'll quickly tell you the way how to make the leaf. This is an origami sheet. You can even take any pastel sheet. And on this, we will draw the leaf. Quickly take its cutout. And now we'll make it in a 3D form. So for that, we'll just fold the leaf like this from the center, press it, and then we are going to fold it like this to get a 3D flower, 3D leaf, sorry. We have to fold it like fan folding, if you remember. कागज के fans, अगर आपको याद होगा बचपन में.
Bhavna, sorry to interrupt, but if you could stop sharing the screen, I think we will be able to increase the size for some reason.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is it visible clearly now? Ma'am, is it clearly visible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So sorry. Yeah. So this is how we can make 3D leaves with any color. You can take green color because creativity has no boundary. It's not compulsory to take green color only. That's what we teach in our school to our kids. So we can make as many leaves as you want and you can fix it. So this is DIY 3D rose flower craft, which you can prepare for your mom and you can pamper her tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Parul. Thank you, such an amazing session, and you have tremendous talent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And my daughter hugged me on Mother's Day. and said, "Ma, this is a sugar-free, fat-free hug from my side. This relieves your depression and your pain." Happy Mother's Day to someone who carried me 9 months physically and 20 years financially. She is living with me and posted on Facebook. Now it's time to call our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Karuna, for her report. Please welcome Toastmaster Karuna.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm back once again. Evaluation is something which is of essence in Toastmasters, as this is what helps us grow. Before I present my report, I would ask my team members to please help me out by presenting their report. First and foremost, I would start with the speech evaluators. So with that, I call upon our first speech evaluator, that was Toastmaster Simran. Toastmaster Simran, could I have your speech evaluation report, please?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. So may I have Toastmaster Benita on screen? Yeah. So Toastmaster Benita, it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Wow, Toastmaster Benita, what a powerful quote you quoted today. You started with a question which attracted each and every member of this club, and we all became so keen to hear you that what you are going to say next. Really. First of all, you shared some mistakes that which you make, and then you taught us that when you realized, and you also taught us that when us to realize and how to work upon, how to improve. That was quite relevant to this theme of today's meeting. And it was really good tips for other parents, for other mothers, and it was good tips for girls also who is going to be mother in future. Really, it was amazing. When you shared that, for a few moments, I was totally keen that what you are going to say next. You didn't stop here, but you also shared some parenting tips, that how to perform, how to make some lovely moments with your kids, how to hug them, how to make some favorable moments. If you make some mistakes, how to overcome from this, how to decrease your fear, how to decrease your anger, how to make yourself most lovable mother. It was very, very good tips. But when I was listening your speech thoroughly, I noticed you have some points which you really need to work upon. Okay, so first recommendation I have for you is this: when you were delivering your speech, you took a few seconds, which really wasted your initial time. So what I have advised for this, just give yourself some time for this preparation, at least one day for this preparation. Prepare yourself in advance, and it will really help you to rock on the stage. And another recommendation I have for you: whenever you feel stuck while delivering your speech, just do not look here and there, because you were looking right to you. I noticed this thing. So instead of looking here and there, say anything. You might not have written in your speech, but say anything. But it should be relevant to that. Really work upon that, and it will surely work. Otherwise, what I noticed that you were really came up with a good slides, and you also shared some different styles of parenting, that what kind of parenting styles we have, which we really didn't know, that parenting has also different styles, and some other good tips also on this Mother Day, which I really like. The most important thing, instead of using any other Google's picture, you used your own picture, which was quite captivating for everyone. Really, it was amazing. The only recommendation I have only this, that whatever I told you, just work upon that, and definitely you will rock the stage. Now, giving you best of luck for your next speech. It's over to you, to our General Evaluator.
Thank you for that amazing evaluation. I totally agree to all the points shared by our evaluator, and it was a very relatable speech. As very rightly pointed out, we don't know that we all have implemented those parenting styles on our children, but you pointed it out, and it was an amazing speech. Our next evaluator, Toastmaster Amelia Sayed, I would request you to please present your report.
I guess
Over to you, Toastmaster Amelia.
I guess I'll be the last evaluator. We have Shraddha.
Sorry, it's Toastmaster Shraddha. That's a mistake from my end. Toastmaster Shraddha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karuna. Today, the theme of the meeting dedicated to mothers who are strong women. And here we were enthralled and acquainted with yet another strong woman of our Indian mythology, Draupadi, whom scholars call dangerous. And Toastmaster Vaishnavi painted this picture of dangerous Draupadi as daring, ageless, notorious, gorgeous, empathetic, radiant, objectionable, unconventional, satisfied. That was our dangerous Draupadi by Toastmaster Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi, I would like to congratulate you and thank you for throwing light and making us relive the life of Draupadi through your eloquent words. Your biggest strength, Vaishnavi, is your intonation. When you said he grabbed her hair, the men in the court, the rules and traditions, the truth and compassion. We could feel all those words that were spoken by you. We could feel it when you closed your eyes when Draupadi was praying to Krishna. Beautifully narrated, Vaishnavi. But you know, when this beautiful picture has been painted in front of you and there is a loose wire in the background buzzing and sparkling, you want to fix it, right? So I have only one recommendation for you, Vaishnavi, which is interlinked to the others. That one recommendation from my end is, I wish this speech was delivered while standing. How I wish this was delivered while standing. It would give scope to the stage choreography where we could visualize Draupadi and the court scene where she was being dragged by the Dushasan, where she was being dragged by Dushasan, where Krishna was actually giving her abundance in the form of cloth, where the men were just being important. You know, so if the speech was delivered while standing, it would give this huge scope of stage choreography and of this huge scope of one important non-verbal communication, which is your body language. Another thing, I remember listening to this wonderful speech by Amitabh Bachchan. Why is Ramayana, Mahabharat, Mahabharata, Pandav, Pandava, Karn, Karna, Drishtadyum, Drishtadyuma. We as Indians, this is our mythology. Mahabharat can just be Mahabharat. Pandav can just be Pandav. Ramayana can just be Ramayana. Figure that out, Vaishnavi, once again. All in all, it was a treat for me to hear Draupadi's life through Vaishnavi's words, who was solicitous and one with wonderful intonations and this great theme, incorporation of stage choreography while standing and usage or the pronunciation of the words to be rechecked would take this good speech with amazing speech to another level. And I congratulate you, Vaishnavi. It was a treat and it was my privilege and opportunity to hear you today. Thank you for making us relive Draupadi again. Thank you.
That was a fantastic evaluation. I call upon our next speech evaluator, Toastmaster Vandita, with her evaluation report.
Our life is a book and we should autograph it with excellence. That was the influence of Toastmaster Bhavna's speech, where she talked about how her own leadership style was born when she had to overlook a society of people whom she had to train because they were untrained, and whom she had to actually get, whom she had to actually make better. Some few things that were really, really outstanding as a speaker was her prominent smile. It was very cool and soothing. At times, a speaker who is having a lot of voice modulation might scare an audience, but a speaker who has consistent smile actually makes them ease out, and they also relax and listen to him positively. Another great point about Toastmasters Bhavna was her pace. Her pace was audible enough for any layman understand what she is going to talk about, provided that I hope that she at times incorporate a lot of high pitches in between. For example, when she said, at times I had to be soft, but at times I had to be strict so as to maintain discipline. You know, this kind of voice modulation, when she had to talk about something where she has to own a state of authority or power, actually makes people actually get this through their nerves that yes, she's talking about how authoritarian she had to be. Another thing that I saw while her delivery was that she was often looking at the ceiling, either to the left or to the right. This gives an impression to the audience that yes, speaker is on her rehearsal stage only, and she is bit not that professional. So to avoid this looking at the ceiling, you can actually look at the camera, take a pause, revise whatever is going in your mind, and then speak. Make your ceiling, make your camera the ceiling that you look. In this way, nobody will ever get to know that either you forgot any point or you are recapitulating. To sum up, I can say that she had beautiful pace. She had great content. To the content also, I feel that when she talked about what leadership is all about, she incorporated that it needs to have a lot of persistence, effective coaching, empathy towards your members, and how you have to be open about the constructive criticism. I wish she could tell what all things actually helped her. For example, she was also growing up, she was also beginning as a leader. She could have told what all things she looked upon, or any other person, or any text, or any resource that she looked upon to actually build that leadership style in her. This also can help your audience. So to sum up, I can say bit of voice modulations where you're talking about authority, not look at the ceiling but at the camera, and then incorporating bit of content, you can make your speech flossom. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Great evaluation. I agree to the points which have been pointed out by Toastmaster Vandita. And our last prepared speech evaluator is Toastmaster Amelia. So I hand over the virtual stage to Toastmaster Amelia for the evaluation of Toastmaster Sanjeev. Yes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karuna, as General Evaluator for today. Toastmaster Sanjeev, he brought something alive today that says that mother's love is unconditional and it's the purest form of love. And it is the love that we get, which makes us endure everything in life, the toughest of the times. And yes, I remember the times when my mother did stand like a support to me. The story was really touching, emotional, and heart moving, I would say. The main point of the speech that started off very well was by asking question and making the audience ready for the speech. Well done on that, Sanjeev. Kudos. The stories around the nephew and how it took turns and twists, the beautiful, vivid imagery that was created while the story transitioned from nephew to his life and how everything happened was another good point that I want to applaud the speaker for. Great job done on using the right words, right vocabulary, for the right reason. So I'm really, really happy hearing that speech. I could see that moving from Doon School from this year to that year, the chronological orders were very well done. So well written speech in terms of how it has to be set in an order from opening to the closing. I really loved the stories and how they connected very well, weaved across as if it's a one story, but then that was a beautiful life that was put together. And the essence of that life was mother. Any speech becomes greater when we start working on to make it better. I have few recommendations to make Sanjeev's speech much better. First one is the camera angle. As we are on virtual medium, the camera angle was a little bit not appropriate. If it can be right according to the eye, and we could see more of you because your body language got mixed out because of the camera angle and the placement of your camera. I would request you to take care of that in future, because with the wonderful speech that really adds bonus to the audience. And because of which eye contact was also missing at the right point. And hence the facial gestures were also missing because the angle was inappropriate. So all my recommendations are interlinked because of one main reason, which is of your camera angle. I noticed few extra pauses. There was a little bit of stress to go ahead and speak the way I'm trying to do. And that was distracting me sometimes. If we skip those extra pauses, yes, pauses are very important, but extra pauses should be avoided. And another beauty that could have been added by some voice modulation when you were down. So that moment when you felt really low, or that moment when there was a little excitement in your speech or happiness, or that feeling of gratitude or any other emotion, if is added to your speech, will make it like, I would say, a beautiful cake that has to be presented and all the cherries on the top. I would love to hear that kind of speech from Toastmaster Sanjeev. And I know the kind of creative person you are, the wonderful thought process that you built in this speech, and an amazing vivid imagery and vocabulary that was presented. I am really touched and looking forward to hear more speeches from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia, for that awesome speech evaluation. The recommendations and commendations were rightly pointed out. Moving on, we have certain checkpoints like the timer, the hour counter, and grammarian, without whose reports our speech evaluation remains incomplete. So, to call upon our auxiliary role play, I would start with the timer's report.
Sorry, Karuna, just to interrupt, there's a table topic evaluator left as part of speech evaluation.
Okay, so we can have the table topics evaluation before the timer's report. Okay, over to you, the table topics evaluator.
Thank you so much for that, TM Karuna. So we had 3 table topics altogether today, and I'm here to present the evaluation for 2 of them. The first table topic speaker was Simran, and the topic was, I don't need Google, my mom knows everything. The Toastmasters started by explaining how her mom is the one who is able to answer all her questions. What was the incident where she was not expecting an answer from her, yet she was the one who was able to guide her to the right one. The detail, as she said, could be found on Google, but the answer was what her mom says. My best friend is not Google, it's my mother. That's what the statement by the Toastmaster was. And we really liked the way that she emphasized, or you emphasized, on how, even without knowing the nuances about relationships, the questions about your well-being can be answered in a much, much better way by your mom rather than Google. Two recommendations or two suggestions from my side are, there were a lot of sentences that were joined by using and, which tried to make the sentence very long. So multiple usage of and, I believe, should be restricted. Let's control that, and let's stop the sentence. Let's use full stops rather than ands. And the camera position, if that can be changed so that you're at least if you're not standing, even if you're sitting, the upper half of the body is visible, that would really be good. That would give a different kind of impact altogether. Then we move on to Vandita, and the topic was a picture where an apple was shaped in the form of a McDonald's burger. Vandita, you actually brought me to the point where I had to present, or I had to serve healthy food to my kid, and I'm sure all mothers here could really relate to what you mentioned out there and how difficult it is to redecorate something healthy in a form that can be edible by the kids. So it was really nice, and the way you used the sentence that was there on the picture, "Nice try, Mom," at the end to conclude it was really, really nice. Your hand gestures were appropriate. They were right up to the mark, so they were really good. One thing that we in Toastmasters really encourage and is the translation of any Hindi or regional words. We saw a lot of regional words being used, nani, dholak, imarti, khichdi, all that, and they were never translated in English. That is something that we would really encourage in our Toastmaster session. Overall, these two were the speeches, wonderful table topics. Thank you so much for that. And I believe there's one evaluation left. So Amelia, that would be to you.
Sure. Is it okay if I share with you offline?
Sure. Okay. If it's fine with everyone, it's fine with me.
Or maybe later.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
All right. So in that case, back to you, General Evaluator. That was my report for the day. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful report. I'm sure everyone will benefit from it. Now moving to the auxiliary role play, I'll start with the start of the alphabet, that is A. So A for our counter. I call upon the R counter with a report.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I have my R counter report ready for today, and I will go by name. Toastmaster Rohan used 6 R's and 2 ums, no fillers and nothing else. Toastmaster Karuna is General Evaluator, used 2 R's and 1 So the names that I'm not taking have not used any of that, and you are flying high. Toastmaster Binita used 1 and 2 ums and a short pause. Toastmaster Vaishnavi used 1 short pause. Toastmaster Bhavna used 1 short pause. Toastmaster Sanjeev used 3 R's and 1 short pause. Toastmaster Simranjeet used 1 1 Toastmaster Simran as evaluator used 2 and 3 ums. Toastmaster Shraddha as evaluator used 2 R's. Toastmaster Vandita used 6 R's and 3 fillers, she and actually. So there were a few words which were repeated and fillers. Toastmaster Amelia has used 4 to 5 R's and 1 and maybe you can tell me more. Toastmaster Soumya, as a timer role, used 2 hours and twice. Again, I see that no other noting or recording for any other auxiliary role player. Toastmaster Nupur has in her speech used 8 hours and 2 short pause. Toastmaster Vandita in her report used 1 hour, and Toastmaster Parul, while explaining, our guest Parul has used 2 hours and one. That's it. Thank you. That's my report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. Next, we move on to the grammarian for the grammarian's report.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Now, here are certain uh, names of Toastmasters in today's meeting that have used the word of the day, and I appreciate and applaud them for the same. Those are Toastmaster Karuna, Binita, Bhavna, Simranjeet, and Shraddha that have successfully used the word of the day that has been shared, which is solicitous. Also, the Toastmasters who have participated in their respective speeches have been found using some outstanding usage of words. For example, reward, sterified, subsequence, rattle, incompetence, men without spine, rage, alluring, integrity, etc. Now, as a coin has a flip side, so I have this equal responsibility to share incorrect usage as well, which are as follows. Like, someone used many a times, but it will be either many times or many a time. Someone used very special, very shy, very nervous, or really special, really shy, really nervous. In your speech content, using very, really to focus on the adjectives that you want to use is preferable only for once or twice. Otherwise, you have to use other adjectives to personify or to uh, uh, exaggerate on your emotions anymore. Like, very shy could be used and replaced as timid. Very nervous can be used as anxiousness or anxiety according to your speech craft. Another someone used as while explaining the roles, two would be, it will be second would be. The part of such speeches and numbers changes according to your craft of speech. Then someone said, shake my neck, it is move your neck. Then still barely to, it will be either barely to or still with the verb you want to describe it as, like still paralyzed, still stuck, etc. Then you do not volunteer in something, you volunteer to something. Old Nani's house, it's like Nani's old house, of course. That's just a misplacement of the words. Then it was, and then a person has described a list of things. So it will be there were. And then you enlist the things. Then someone has used most best. So you are recommended to use either most good or only the best, because two superlative degrees cannot be clubbed together. One last I found is a word being turned into adjective as favoritable, which doesn't exist in dictionary, but use it's another form to exaggerate or personify it more in your own way according to your speech content. Thank you so much, and hope we all will learn in our upcoming meetings and speeches. Thanks, and over to you.
This report would surely help us grow. Next, we move on to the listener. Over to you, Toastmaster Shraddha, as the active listener.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karuna. So, are we up for a few questions and answer session? Right. So, let me start from the start. Which song did Toastmaster Amelia sing? Yes, Simranjeet.
My Teri Chunaria.
Can you sing that for us? Come on. She sang it beautifully. I'm going to gift you something. Don't worry.
I don't remember the lyrics. Amelia ma'am, can you help me with that?
The lyrics?
Yeah.
Jeena, Jeena, Jeena.
Okay, I got it. My Teri Chunaria lehrai.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. There you go. Some nice, beautiful flowers for you on this Mother's Day celebration.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let me move on to the next question, which is our interesting, our ever humorous Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aisha. How many children did she have? Like her own. Yes, Amelia, Toastmaster Amelia.
2 daughters.
2 daughters and that interesting son. I loved it. I love that. Now that's for you too, Toastmaster Amelia. Beautiful flowers for the beautiful person. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Very, very important. All married women must know this. Which is the favorite book of married women? Can we have more volunteers coming in? Yes, yes, Vaishnavi.
The checkbook, I suppose.
You are absolutely right. There's no supposing here. You are bang on. It is the checkbook. Yes, the favorite. So there you go. Flowers for you, pretty Vaishnavi. All right. Let me ask another question now. I'll keep it a little short. This is a little bit of observation. Which book was Toastmaster Benita reading to her kids? Tricky. Anybody? That was a visual treat for us by Toastmaster Benita. Okay, can anybody tell me the color of that book, Chalo?
Pink.
Yeah, it's
a fairy tale. It was a fairy tale.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You are there. So there are more flowers for you, Simranjeet.
Thank you.
Room full of flowers, right?
Yeah, loving it.
Finally, what was the name of Toastmaster Sanjeev's nephew?
It was a hard one.
Visual Poacher?
I missed. Who was that?
Karuna.
Was that Karuna? Okay, yeah. Karuna. That's right. Rijul Kochar it was. The daring boy, that he's the story of the daring boy he shared. Flowers for you, Karuna.
Thank you.
With that, keeping it short and sweet and fragrant, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
That was indeed interesting. And I'm sure we all had fun, didn't we? Okay, this is the virtual platform. So I'm sure we all did have fun. At least I did. With that, we move on to the timer's report.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'll quickly share my screen and we can see what were the time taken by all the speakers. Okay. So for the prepared speeches, Benita took 6 minutes and 34 seconds. Bhavna took 6 minutes. Sanjeev took 8 minutes and 26 seconds. So it was beyond the expected time. The time was from 6 to 8 minutes, or he took 8 minutes 26 seconds. Vaishnavi took 6 minutes and 48 seconds. For the table topics, Simran took 1 minute and 37 seconds. Nupur took 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Vandita took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. In the origami session, Parul took 7 minutes and 52 seconds. I think the time was 5 minutes. But okay. The evaluators, for the first one, Karuna took 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Shraddha took 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So yeah, Karuna took a bit much beyond the expected time. So Shraddha took 3 minutes 35 seconds. Vandita took 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Meena ma'am took 3 minutes and 50 seconds. She was also a bit beyond the expected time. And Nupur took 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah. So that's my time. Yeah.
Thank you. With that, all my teammates have presented their report. For the general evaluators report, the meeting started on time. It was an interesting meeting with surprises, like the origami session was a surprise, and it was a pleasant surprise which we really enjoyed. And we wished it could have been a little longer, but it already overshot time. Nevertheless, we really enjoyed the session. The whole session was very well planned. The Toastmaster of the day started very well, carried on the meeting in such a way that was a smooth transition and that captured all of our attention and kept us glued on to the meeting. The evaluators and my teammates, they did an excellent job during the meeting. The speakers were excellent as pointed out by their own evaluators. So the recommendations were apt. Everyone, all the evaluators followed the CRC method, which was great. Regarding recommendations for the meeting, we did start on time, that is to say almost on time. We were just 2 minutes late. It's a teamwork, and if all the team members play their roles well, we can ensure that the whole team succeeds and gets the plan successful. With that, I come to the end of my general evaluation report. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karuna. And please vote for the best evaluator. And please vote for the best auxiliary load players. Thank you, Karuna. You know, a worried mother does better research than the FBI. And I will tell you some actual fact, some real fact of the life. At the age of 3 years, child said, "I love you, mom." At the age of 10 years, "Mom, whatever." At the age of 16 years, "Mom, you are annoying me." At the age of 18 years, "Mom, I am leaving this house." At the age of 25 years, "I don't want to lose my mom." At the age of 50 years, "Mom, you were right." At the age of 70 years, "I would give up everything to have my mom here with me." By the time a woman realizes her mother was right, she has a daughter who thinks she is wrong. Respect your parents. They passed the school without Google. Believe me, a mother gives the best advice to her daughter in a times of needs, in a times of tears, in a times of fear, in a times of joy. There is a mom, the one person who is always there. Today, I dedicated a poem to all mothers. As I look back on my life, I find myself wondering, did I remember to thank you for all that you have done for me? For all the times you were by my side to help me celebrate my success and accept my defeat. teaching me the value of hard work, good judgment, courage, and honesty. I am thanking you now and want to express my love for you. Don't judge me or remember me only on one day or on Facebook. In my opinion, every day, every hour, every minute, and every second is a Mother's Day. Ma, where are you for the last 2 hours? I'm fed up with your Toastmasters. I'm hungry. Please give me the food. Sorry, guys. I have to rush. I have to serve food to my children because mom knows best. Over to presiding officer, Toastmaster Rohan Bansal.
Wow, thank you so much, Toastmaster Aisha. That was such a wonderful conclusion to a
I
brilliant
can use
meeting
an
today.
applaud for her. That was
Woo!
amazing.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Aisha. What a wonderful meeting conducted today. Thank you so much. I let Toastmaster Aisha get to her daughters very quickly. I'd like all of you to vote for the best role player. I tell you all are voting. I'd like to get feedback from the guests. Firstly, Parul, thank you so much for joining us on such short notice. I believe we had a conversation just 2 hours before you joined. So any feedback for us for the meeting?
I really enjoyed being in this meeting. It was my summer vacations are happening, and I don't know how this lockdown has just happened. I am at my mom's place, and my husband is in some other town, and we both are locked down from last 1 month. And I was feeling so sad, but due to he has only sent me Deepak. He was also in the meeting. So he only sent me the link for Toastmasters and he said, you will really enjoy. Come on, start learning something in this 1 month. And literally, I felt so confident today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Parul, for coming in and showing us how to make those paper flowers. It was really wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, who else is there? Okay, I believe that's all for the guests. I'd like to quickly announce the awards for today. Just give me a moment. Okay, any guesses for the best auxiliary role player?
I think Shraddha. Active listener.
You're right. It's Toastmaster Shraddha. Congratulations. Best table topic speaker. Amelia ma'am, you're talking on mute.
Simran?
Okay, any more guesses?
Or Nupur?
It's the
Yeah,
Khichdi loving Toastmaster Vandita. Toastmaster Vandita, congratulations. Best evaluator.
Okay.
This is a tough one. There were so many.
Shraddha or from...
Again, Shraddha.
I think so.
Toastmaster Shraddha, congratulations again. Wonderful job done. Best role player. Which of the 3 daughters won today? Any guesses?
Toastmaster of the day? Aisha ma'am, no doubt.
Toastmaster Aisha, the headmaster of head mother for today's meeting. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Best speaker, finally.
Vashnavi.
Vaishnavi.
Yeah, Toastmaster Vaishnavi, congratulations. Wonderful speech and excellent delivery. Congratulations.
And the the person who was guessing all the best was Amelia.
And Aisha ma'am. Both of you always guess right.
Yes, Aisha ma'am too. Yes. Okay.
All right. So with that, from Tinsukia, Karuna, would you like to say a few words before we close the meeting?
Yeah, it was a great meeting and amazing experience with all of you. We hope to have more future meetings, joint meetings with your club. And I really loved everything, the way everything was planned, because I was involved in it right from the beginning. I'm sorry, today I felt a little unwell, so couldn't give my best in the meeting. but the way everything was planned and the way everything rolled out, it was excellent. There's a lot our club has to learn from you, and you are an experienced club. I'm sure you all will be guiding us through. So it was an excellent, amazing experience that we had. Anyone else from our club who wants to speak? Toastmaster Shraddha?
Okay, hi there. Again, I'm in the kitchen, work from home, so just serving meal. That's the reason I can't get my camera on. But this was an exemplary meeting. I mean, really, really enjoyed a lot. Lovely speakers, great evaluators, great role players, and my special mention to the Toastmaster of the Day. You got me smiling and rolling all the time. Thank you so very much for that wonderful theme, which was woven so very well, wonderfully executed, and it was Toastmasters meetings are always a learning experience. All in all, great to be in collaboration, because I think the three terms that we've learned in this lockdown is contribute, collaborate, and cooperate. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. Thank you so much, Karuna. It was wonderful to collaborate with your club and looking forward to more collaborations. Just two more announcements from my side. Tomorrow at 12 p.m., we have a very fun improv session at the Impromptu Hive, which is our initiative on Sunday. So do make sure if you want to join us. And next Saturday is our 250th meeting of Toastmasters of Delhi. So do make sure to join us in the celebration. And we have a lot of exciting activities for all of you. So do make sure to join us and participate in our club's 250th meeting. Yes, Amelia ma'am wants to say something.
I just want to request everyone to join for the prayer meet tomorrow. We have it for Shahid sir. He has been hospitalized since long, and we decided to have a prayer meeting. It's beyond boundaries of division, district, clubs, or anyone. Anyone can join. I'll share the link once again. It would be on my status, and you can just join in and pray for everybody, your loved ones, and Shahid sir too. Please join in.
Absolutely. Yes, it's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So we'll share the link on the group as well. All right. With that, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in for this special Mother's Day meeting. I hope all of you really enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it because I made only paper planes in my childhood. So it was fun to learn something different today. So great job and great speeches, great evaluations, great role players. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in.